Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting at the Temple ISD Board of Trustees held here on December 9th, 2024, beginning at 6 p.m. Our first item was to call us to order. The second item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everybody please stand and face the American flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Item 3 is public comments. Monica, has anybody signed up tonight? Okay. Item 4 is the superintendent's recognitions. Members, could we all come in front of the dais, please? Our first item is recognition of the Christmas card artist grades pre-K through 5th grade. Dr. Ward.
Okay, thank you. Each year, Temple ISD allows students to submit artwork in a design contest for the district holiday card. This year, those submissions came from our pre-K and elementary students. Tonight, we have a chance to recognize the 12 finalists in that competition. Each finalist will receive a poster featuring the artwork submitted by our 12 finalists, along with a pack of printed cards featuring their submission. So as I call your name, my friends, please come on up to the front, and art teachers, if you'll come up with your student. So Emery Anderson from Sampson Howard Elementary. Hi, going up front. Viana Barrientos Boyd from Jefferson Elementary. Carla Becerra from Thornton Elementary. Desiree Brown from Ray Allen Elementary. Come on. Amethyst Gentry from Ray Allen Elementary. Casey Gerald from Thornton Elementary. Cameron Gerard from Kennedy Powell Elementary. Rebel Huey from Western Hills Elementary. Genevieve Jarrett from Garcia Elementary. Quinn McCauley from Kennedy Powell Elementary. Avery Ortiz from Scott Elementary. And Ariana Salinas from Meredith Dunbar Early Childhood Academy. Okay, the winner of this year's contest, as voted on by district employees, is in an extremely close race, is Carla Becerra from Thornton Elementary. And I don't think she was able to make it tonight, so we're going to present her card to her teacher. Carla will also receive a framed copy of her artwork. These finalists were chosen from more than 100 submissions this year. We also want to thank all of our pre-K and elementary art teachers for their help with this year's contest, and congratulations again to our finalists and our winner. Okay, so we're going to take a picture, so everybody stay. Parents, you are welcome to get up and take a picture as well. And we will wait till everyone's had a chance.
Where's Carla's teacher? Can we have Miss yeah, there we go. Can you hold that up for us? So this is the winning card right here. Stand right here in the middle. And so as you can see, these students are amazing. We have pre-K through 5th grade represented, and we're so very proud of all they do. And so we'll let parents take as many pictures as you want.
just want to say thank you to the students. I personally always look forward to this time of the year. The artwork is beautiful, and all the board members get a collection of the cards, and I use every one of them every year. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you guys again. We appreciate you. And you guys are free to leave, or you're free to stay, whatever you choose. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Oh, one more. It's not hers. It's good to celebrate.
Yeah. Our next item is the Superintendent's Leadership Award, Michaela Jones.
Okay. Michaela Jones, if you want to come on up. Okay, leadership is the attitude assumed by those with a vision to raise expectations, who are committed to achieving a goal, and whose conviction inspires others through enthusiasm and optimism to reach that goal. Michaela Jones is a 7th grader at Bonham Middle School and is in the Deaf Education Program. Earlier this year, Michaela decided that she wanted to start an American Sign Language club on campus. Once she got the approval, Michaela jumped right in and began coming up with ideas and topics to cover during meetings. She has worked with deaf education teacher Catherine Donahue to plan meetings and create presentation slides, and Michaela leads every meeting. Michaela started the club with an idea to teach fellow students basic sign language and vocabulary, and also help them learn more about deaf culture. Those ideas quickly grew into more expansive vocabulary like feelings, weather, and holiday words. And just like Michaela's ideas, the ASL Club itself has rapidly grown throughout the year. The club more than doubled in size in its first month of existence, forcing a move to a larger meeting space. Michaela's leadership has helped make Bonham a more inclusive environment, and she has impacted so many students through the ASL Club. For this and so much more, we are honored to present Michaela Jones with the Superintendent's Leadership Award.
Yes, that's what it is. So we just want to say how very proud we are of you, Michaela. You exemplify Wildcat spirit and leadership in everything you do. And so we're just so honored that you would share your expertise with the students at Bonham Middle School. And we just can't wait to see what else you accomplish as you move on to the high school. So congratulations once again. Well done. Good job.
Our next item is recognition of Bonham Middle School, U.S. News Best Middle Schools in Texas.
Awesome. Okay, Bonham Middle School, come on up. Come on, everybody. Okay, so Bonham Middle School has been named to the prestigious U.S. News list of 2025 Best Middle Schools ranking. The U.S. News K-8 rankings recognize the top elementary and middle schools on a state-by-state basis, with Bonham earning a spot on the 2025 Texas Best Middle Schools list. Schools are assessed on their students' proficiencies in mathematics and reading as measured by state assessment tests. The rankings are based on a formula that includes overall results and results in the context of socioeconomic demographics. Those combined metrics are then used to recognize high-achieving schools that succeed in educating all of their students. U.S. News posted numerical rankings for more than 23,000 public middle schools for the 2025 evaluation. Bonham's recognition is a credit to the hard work, dedication, and commitment of all of the Bulldogs, students, staff, and school community. Principal Michael Hobbs leads that effort, but he is quick to share the credit for this recognition with the entire Bonham Middle School family and community. We congratulate Bonham Middle School for this recognition, and it is truly the embodiment of the campus's slogan, "Hard work pays off." We are so proud to honor Bonham Middle School and its students and staff for this remarkable achievement.
And as a board, we are so proud of what y'all have done as students, staff, everybody, the community. This is great for our school system. Thank y'all for y'all's hard work.
Yes, thank you.
I just want to say, we just want to say thank you to each and every student and parent and staff member that works so hard to exemplify Bulldog spirit. You guys really do show us that hard work pays off every day, not just today. And we see that in your classrooms and what you do on and off the field and in fine arts as well. Every area, you do such an amazing job. So thank you again, and thank you to your leader for leading you so well.
Thank you. Did everybody get a picture? Who wants a picture? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody watch your step. You're welcome. Congratulations. Oh, you did?
Our next item is Jamari Thrasher, qualifier for Virtual Business Challenge Management National Competition.
Excellent. Jamari, come on up. Okay, Temple High School senior Jamari Thrasher has qualified for the Virtual Business Challenge Management National Competition for the second consecutive year. Jamari finished the fall qualifying round ranked number 1 in the state of Texas and number 8 in the nation to claim one of 20 qualifying spots in the national competition. He will compete in one more qualifying round before advancing to the national contest for the second time. The Virtual Business Challenge Management is a rigorous competition that tests participants' skills in strategic management and decision-making within a simulated business environment. Jamari has demonstrated exceptional proficiency in navigating the challenges presented, leading to his lofty state and national ranking and a second appearance in the national competition. Jamari also serves as president of Temple High School's chapter of the Future Business Leaders of America and has helped that chapter grow with his recruitment of new members. Jamari, we are so proud of your success and the way you represent Temple High School and Temple ISD, and we wish you the best of luck at the national competition.
And I just want to echo that too. Good luck with your next round competition. Again, congratulations for what you've done at the high school and where you are today. So thank you.
Do you want to introduce your
With my mom and my brother right here. He already tired.
Aw. Or yay.
So we're just so very proud of you, Jamari. I can't imagine what you will accomplish in the business, in the real world of business, right? Just done such an amazing job, and the fact that you've just pushed yourself to continue to achieve at this level is just truly remarkable. And so we wish you the best of luck, and we know you're going to win at the national level. We know you're going to do it. Yeah. So congratulations to you, Mom, too. We know how hard your influence has made a difference in Jamari. So thank you again for doing such an amazing job with Jamari and your other son as well. They're good boys. They're good boys. So we appreciate you. All right. So congratulations. Did you get the pictures you wanted, Mom?
Y'all want to come up too and take come on up and take a picture? Amy can,
Take a picture for them.
This is important.
excellent. Congratulations.
Way to go. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too.
Yeah. Good luck and everything. All right. Chase Harrington, Friends of Texas Public Schools Scholarship winner.
Okay, Chase. Okay, Temple High School senior Chase Harrington has been selected as the winner of this year's Friends of Texas Public Schools Scholarship. Chase's nomination for the scholarship included a 2-minute self-produced video about the importance of public education and how it has impacted his life, an application describing how the scholarship will help him reach his goals, and a letter of recommendation. Chase is active in theater arts at Temple High School and is completing classes in the Texas Bioscience Institute, where he will earn an associate's degree from Temple College before he graduates from Temple High School. He also volunteers for the Temple Community Clinic and co-leads a social group for community seniors called the Prime Timers. I like that name. Chase also recently qualified for national competition in scenic design at the Texas Thespians Convention. He plans to attend either the University of Texas at Austin or Texas A&M University before going on to medical school and specializing in geriatric medicine. We are so proud of you, Chase, and look forward to seeing the remarkable things you will go on to accomplish. And by the way, this is the second straight year a Temple High School student has won the Friends of Texas Public Schools Scholarship. So congratulations.
I don't know, do you ever have any free time reading everything that you did? Makes me feel tired. Yeah. Again, congratulations. That's a great scholarship. Thank you for everything you've done. And I know you'll have a successful future.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anybody you want to introduce that are here with you?
Just my counselors.
Why don't
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
that? Why
go
don't you
ahead.
introduce them?
Yes.
Thank you to my counselors, Ms. Madrano and Ms. Doty. They've been very, and also our fine arts director, Ms. Loshbeach. Thank you for coming as well. But I appreciate y'all's support.
Well, Well, if anybody would have seen Chase's video, it was amazing. And they certainly chose the right person for the award. And so we're very proud of you. But we also just want to say thank you to our counselors who invest in our students and push them. And they made sure you turned that thing in, didn't they? Yes, they did. I know, and I love that. And thank you for those who just invest in our students on a daily basis. And Chase, you well deserve that award, and we can't wait to see all the things that you do. So congratulations to you as well. So we're going to get a picture.
And Katrina, yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm surprised no one stuck around for the fun part of the meeting. Item 5 is executive hires, and no items tonight. Item 6, the board president's report. A, future items of discussion. Members, are there any items who wish to discuss at a future meeting? All right. Item B is important dates. And Dr. Adams.
So just a couple of dates for December. We have our board retreat this Thursday at 8:30, and so just a reminder that will be here. And then our schools are on early release, so December 20th is the last day of instruction before our winter break. And you have the dates for the winter break there, and we have a student and holiday on January 6th and 7th. Our staff will return on the 6th, and we'll have Temple University. So if you want to come and see our teachers, Dr. Rogers and her team have great things planned for them. So if you'd like to come and see our teachers the first day back, that's always super fun. And then in your board packet as well, the December fine arts dates are there. And so I know many of you like to attend those activities, and we appreciate your support. And so those are there for your viewing as well.
Certainly a busy time of the year for Christmas performance, but it's always enjoyable.
It is, absolutely.
It is. Item 7 is consent items. I know Ms. Suarez will abstain from item C. So for item D, I'm sorry, item D.
No, it's item C. It's
Okay.
item C.
Item C. Okay. Item C. So the members, what is the pleasure to deal with items A through B, D through I-E?
I make a motion that
I3.
7A through B, 7D through I3 be all approved together.
Motion made by Mr. Gaines,
A second.
seconded by Mrs. Cook. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. The ayes have it, with Ms. Suarez abstaining. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right, not on that one. I apologize. Not on that one. Item C, we have to hear that separately. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve item 7C.
Motion by Ms. Gowan,
I second the motion.
seconded by Mrs. Davis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The same sign to oppose. The ayes have it, with Ms. Suarez abstaining. Thank you. Item 8A, Human Resources, no items tonight. Item B, Academics, No items tonight. Item C, Facilities and Operations. 1, consideration for approval of the Facilities Master Plan. Mr. Boyd, welcome.
All right, thank you, Mr. Posey. Good evening, Board. In 2010, the district administration sought to develop a comprehensive facilities master plan for the first time. This plan would include all district facilities with the objective of identifying deferred maintenance needs, creating equity in program offerings, and addressing capacity challenges. Since then, the district has updated the master plan in both 2014 and in 2020. From the beginning, the district identified 4 fundamental findings that would provide direction to the administration in all facility matters. First, where possible, all elementary campuses would have a plan to provide for expansion to support a student capacity of 700 to 750 students. Second, again, where possible, all middle school campuses would have a plan to provide expansion to support student capacity of 750 to 800 students. Third, each campus would be modified or designed through additions, renovations, or new builds to accommodate the expansion of curricular and extracurricular programs that are important to the Temple community. And then finally, eliminate the need for portables. So these have been our marching orders really from the beginning, and we continue to use those as the guiding principles of our master plan updates and have through the last 14 years. The VLK Architectural Design Team has been working with TISD staff since September on updating the current facility master plan. VLK has met with principals, program directors, and senior leadership team members to identify any necessary additions, deletions, or other changes to the plan. VLK has also reviewed all campus plans to ensure compliance with TEA standards and our own district educational specifications guidelines that you all approved about a year ago. A draft of this plan was presented to the board at a retreat in November. The board and administration identified additional changes to the plan at that time. Those changes have been incorporated into the final plan that you have in front of you tonight. The updated plan provides a summary of all the major facility improvements that have been made at each facility through the 2007, 2011, 2015, and 2022 bond programs. Because we spent a considerable amount of time at the retreat last month in working through the specifics of this plan tonight, I will simply hit the highlights kind of for each campus as we go through it. Now, as always, if you have questions when we go through it, don't hesitate to stop and ask me, but I'm just going to kind of hit the high points to keep us rolling tonight since we spent so much time on it last month. So I'll start, and you have a copy there. Again, you can follow along or you can just listen to the high points, either one, but that is your copy to keep as well. We start with our Early Childhood Center, Early Childhood Academy at Meredith Dunbar. We have a plan there to grow the campus a little bit. We have over 500 students there. Capacity we can serve now. We've made changes to the master plan that would bring us to a little over 600. And we feel like at this time that's an appropriate level for us. So we've got plans in place for that. The elementaries are all a little bit different, but there are similarities with the majority of them. Garcia, which is currently being worked on, well, all 3 of the sister schools are being worked on to eliminate portables now. But we have master plan in place that in this master plan would allow us to grow this campus to over 700, about 736. So that's an example of a place where we can add on to the building and add on to the core areas as well to increase capacity to that number there at Garcia. Plus, we've got plenty of room to do it. Jefferson is still a relatively new campus that already has over 790 student in capacity availability. So Jefferson really doesn't have a lot on this plan. We already addressed some safety issues there, and then playground issues that all campuses got, all elementary campuses. But there really isn't much for changes and no need for expansion, obviously, for a master plan there. Kennedy Powell, similar to Garcia, is on one extreme side of town, and we have a lot of property there. Also similar to Garcia, they're very similar footprints. And so we have, again, the ability there to grow that campus to over 700 as well. And so this master plan update provides for that and shows for that. I'll also mention for anyone in the audience too, just because the master plan for each of these campuses calls for this doesn't mean these are things that are happening now or that will happen on a future bond in the near future. These are all things that could happen and that we would plan for that as time goes on and as the need arises. And that may be in the near future in some cases, and it may not be. But it's important to have a roadmap. Ray Allen is the one of the sister schools, if you will, that does not really have the ability to grow beyond what the enrollment is currently. That is a landlocked campus. It doesn't have the property around it that most of ours have. It's got some drainage challenges, and it's got a housing addition that's very close to it. So Ray Allen has improvements, and certainly we're making improvements now, but that capacity, which is currently listed at 528, will not change. That's one of the two elementaries that we'll bring to you tonight that really can't grow beyond the 500 some odd range. Sampson Howard is the next one. Of course, brand new campus, so nothing that we need there anytime soon. That campus is built for a capacity of 792 in keeping with the stated goals. Scott Elementary, this is a campus that we've purchased some property through the years. We still would need to purchase a little bit more to grow that out. But Scott is a campus that's deep, rich in history, but has received significant improvements on each and every bond. So again, that's a campus we've slowly worked on from the very beginning, and each bond has had a significant piece. The current bond, we're working on that and certainly adding to that with school nutrition spaces and some additional classroom spaces, but ultimately a capacity of around 600 now. That one can grow to, again, 792. Thornton, again, the newest of the schools, not named Sampson Howard. That was current capacity is 792. That one is very close to capacity. That's the closest to capacity that we have. So, and it continues to be that way. But not many needs there. Wonderful, still relatively new campus at Thornton. And then finally, the other elementary that like Ray Allen, that has some challenges with the property and the inability to grow much is Western Hills. Western Hills, we're making improvements to that on this bond, and we still have the ability to make a few more improvements and add some capacity, but really it won't grow much beyond what it is, which is 528. So again, two elementaries that would not be able to reach that 700 threshold. All the others would be over that. And then I would mention for a future elementary school, that one would also be in the 792 range, very similar to what we've had at our newer elementaries. So those are the elementary schools, kind of each one just hit the high points of them. The middle schools, I'll really take those as a group because all three of those are well within the range now of what our stated capacities are. And all three are in locations where it would be difficult to increase capacity very much at any one of them. At this stage, our focus has really been on equity of programs on those campuses. And so on this bond, all three are getting new or improved upon competition fields. There are still things we need to do at them from renovation standpoints, but really not a lot. Those are in good shape, and following the completion of this bond, and when I say they are, I'm meaning the completion of the bond that we're currently in. Those three will be very equitable. The one thing that all three of them would like to have, and if we could do that over time, would be a second competition gym. That's been a need for a while. We believe we've got the space on all three to do that. It's a little challenging, but those are all three ones that, so we kind of group them together, and there will be, the equity will be there once we finish this round of improvements on the bond, with that additional gym being really the only thing that they will need of substance going forward. So the other is, the other middle school would be a new middle school. Of course, the district purchased property out by Sampson Howard for that, and that's the vacant property to the east of Sampson Howard. We have that's the space there to build a fourth middle school when the day comes, and that capacity would be a little over 800. So those are things that we've planned on and that you all have planned on in the acquisition of property through the last few years. Moving on to Temple High School. Temple High School, where everything happens, the mothership of the university, well, public school district, kind of like a university, bigger than some universities. But it is the campus where everything happens. And as you all know, we have worked on this campus in a great amount over the last few bonds. We have upgraded programs. We have not added a tremendous amount of capacity in recent bonds, but we have really focused on improving infrastructure and increasing space for programs, whether it's CTE, whether it's fine arts, whether it's athletics. We have really worked to do that. So going forward, in looking at potential numbers, we do have the potential for an additional classroom wing that we've included in this master plan. And then there will always be room for improvements as time goes on and renovations. So we've got those listed there. But really, the campus as a whole is in very good shape and will be following this bond. But we do have the potential for additional square footage and additional classroom space there. Right now, our current functional capacity is about 2,500. With this addition, we could grow to 2,800. And looking at demographer reports and so forth, this campus, will always be a single high school district. I think that's pretty safe to say. So we can grow the campus. We've got room. That's another good thing. But it's something that we'll continue to monitor as time goes on. So there's a lot of detail on the high school campus, and I know we talked over that in detail. So does anybody have any questions on the high school campus per se?
Any questions, members?
Okay. Then finally, the last I have are our alternative campuses and our other facilities. And so, of course, significant improvements right now that are happening at Fred Edwards and at Wheatley. But we do have the ability to add classroom space onto Fred Edwards Academy in the master plan to grow it somewhat. And that has been included in your planning there. That facility also, the building houses our technology department, and there are some improvements there in infrastructure items that we could address as well in the future that Vance and his team have pointed out. Finally, Wheatley is getting a lot of improvement this go-around. It will be in really good shape after this. That is not a campus that we anticipate the need to grow in capacity going forward. We think we've got room to serve our students as needed there. Finally, our last couple of buildings, our Student Support Services Campus, the Operations Center, which construction will start in the spring sometime. That represents a huge improvement. And then we also have items for the Transportation Center and, as I said earlier, the Technology Center that's located at Freeman Heights. So this is a comprehensive plan. This touches everything that the district owns. This touches every staff member, every student, and it's been a very beneficial roadmap for us, beginning with the first one through every update that we've made, and it continues to help us move forward and provides us and future administrative teams, future board members a roadmap to work with. So do you have any questions from me?
Kent, first I just want to thank you and VLK and all the other folks I know who helped participate in this. This is an excellent document. You're right, it's an anchor for what we need to do moving forward, probably in the immediate future, but also down the road. And it's great for future boards, future administrations. I know this has come a long way since I've been on the board.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
And
came
it's-
from nothing to
Yeah.
where we are today, so, yeah.
But it's so critical and so necessary for a district our
It
size
is.
and the district like us moving forward, that we have a document like this.
It lays us up for
well-documented.
future success.
It does.
When none of us may be here, but for those that follow us, it
Well, is
gives a
really-
roadmap.
Yep,
and
it's
that's what's
a
beneficial.
roadmap that people, it's a base they can build on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. First, members, any questions of Kent? And this does require approval.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say that this really takes us from just choosing things that we want to change. We're actually studying it and looking at the needs, and we make sure to be very intentional with the expense of tax dollars and meeting needs. It's not fluff. None of it is fluff. It's things that we need to make sure that we meet the needs of our students and our staff and,
Yeah.
and everything. And we've come a long way.
Yeah.
It's exciting to go back and look at that first one and see the things that have actually happened.
Yeah.
And just see see the progress. It is, it's fun to do that and reflect a little bit.
This is an approval item.
I'll move that we approve the 2024 Facilities Master Plan.
Motion made by Mrs. Myers,
I second the motion.
seconded by Mrs. Davis. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The like sign opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you, Kent. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Posey. Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Guess you don't get to leave yet, because we got one more item.
Not quite.
All right. Item 2, consideration for approval of a contract for the construction of a car stacking emergency access loop at Kennedy Powell Elementary School.
Thank you, Mr. Posey. As you all are aware, Cloud Construction recently solicited bids for the construction of a loop at Kennedy Powell that can really serve as not only a car stacking loop, but also as an emergency access drive around the campus. So this project that we bring you tonight will enhance safety and improve traffic flow by eliminating car stacking on city streets, and by giving us an emergency access loop that we would be required to do before we move further with campus improvements or expansion anyway. So it's addressing something now that serves really two purposes. We are excited to get started on this, and I think parents are going to be thrilled with it when it's able to be completed. We bid the project with two options, one for an entire concrete drive around the campus and the other with asphalt. The asphalt drive was significantly less expensive, about $100,000, and so and they serve the same purpose. So we bid both options just to see, but in looking at that, we definitely believe that it is appropriate to recommend to you all tonight the asphalt option. The total maximum price or cost for the asphalt drive and all related curbing, drainage, improvements, and so forth is a shade under $400,000 at $395,839. A letter from Cloud Construction is included in your packet, and all related pricing details are also included. If you all approve it tonight, Perry said they could start actually working hopefully during Christmas break, not to even wait to January. And then the whole idea is that we get this finished in the spring, so that in the summer this is completed. The additions, expansions on the campus are completed as they are at the other sister schools, and then we start next year with it all fully functional. So really excited about what this represents on many levels for that campus and for safety in general. Do y'all have any questions?
Members, any questions? This is a great project. This is something that's been needed for a long time. Just the cars stacking all the way down to Adams.
Make it a safer campus, too.
Make it a safer campus.
It'll make it safer for
Yes.
everyone, it will. And then again, the emergency access piece was coming anyway. And again, credit, you talk about looking forward or looking back for setting people up for success in the future. Credit to the district for purchasing that much property at the time as well, because that has helped us be able to do things like this and not worry about shoehorned into a small space. We still have plenty of space there. So credit to them for setting us up for success today, and hopefully we can continue to do that for those that come after us.
All right. Members, this does require approval.
Move for approval.
Motion by Ms. Juarez,
I'll second.
seconded by Ms. Gowan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The same sign opposed. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. And it's exciting to hear that cloud construction can start during Christmas. Get some work,
Yeah, they're gonna-
get it started, yeah.
He said if it all goes well tonight, he said, call me in the morning and I'll bring you a contract. And I said, we'll get
That's
it
good
rolling.
news.
So,
All right.
yeah,
Very
thank y'all
good.
very much.
Very good. Item D, Finance. 1, public hearing to discuss Temple ISD's rating under the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas. First, I guess at this point, I can open the hearing, and then, at this point, I will open the hearing. Anybody that wishes to speak on the TISD rating system, please come forward at this time. Seeing no one coming forward, I close the hearing. Mrs. Stanford, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Board of Trustees. We are here tonight to discuss the first rating, which is the Financial Accountability Rating System of Texas, developed by TEA. And we are required annually to have a hearing. For anybody that would like a disclosure packet that's in the audience, they're behind you on that countertop as well. It's included in your board packet.
Let me read the second one here too, that way we can act on that. And the item 2 is consideration and approval of Temple ISD's rating under the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas first. All right, sorry.
Thank you. And so, board members, the disclosures are also included in your board packet. And this rating, the 23-24 rating, is based off of fiscal year 2023. So this is the year before last year. And so the 23-24 annual financial management report, like I said, is in your in your board materials. And the primary objective of the rating system is to assess the quality of financial management in Texas public schools. This rating system is comprised of 21 indicators. In the past, it's been just 20, so there is a new indicator. And this presentation does differ from the actual management disclosures because I wanted to provide a visual summary of the actual indicators. And so the first 4 indicators are considered closed questions requiring either a yes or no. If we were to answer no for any of these indicators, we would automatically be assigned an F rating. Indicator 1 basically asks if our audit report and data was submitted to TEA by November 27th annually. We met this deadline. Indicator 2 asks if we were assigned an unmodified opinion as defined by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, but also was determined by our external auditor, and at that time, that was Lot Vernon for that school year. And we were assigned an unmodified opinion. Indicator 3 and 4 basically ask about the timeliness. So indicator 3 asks if we made our semi-annual bond payments on time. And then did we make timely payments to Teacher Retirement System, Texas Workforce Commission, the IRS, and any other governmental agencies. Indicators 2, 3, and 4 are submitted to TEA in our actual audit report under Exhibit L1. Here I'm giving you a look at the indicator responses for next year's rating, and those are all going to give us a yes answer for the indicators. Now, if I go back just a second, underneath indicator 1 in bold, it says 24, 25, 11, 18. That is also showing that we met the timely submission to TEA to also answer a yes for the next year's rating. That brings us to solvency indicators, which measure our ability to meet our financial obligations and long-term debt agreements. Indicator 5 basically looks to see if our total assets will exceed our total liabilities, and because Temple ISD maintains a positive net position, we will pass this rating. Indicator number 6 measures if the average change in unassigned and assigned fund balances over 3 years does not decline more than 25%. This also ties back to the many discussions we've had regarding the different designations of fund balance and what kind of drives or guides our decisions whether or not we're going to restrict or assign fund balances to be able to maintain this indicator. Indicator 7 calculates the number of days cash on hand proportionate to our operational expenditures. And so as you notice on indicator 7, we had 123.24 days for this rating year. For next year, that days cash on hand is 109.63. To kind of explain back to the audit report that was just presented to you guys in October, our cash and current investments on hand was greater, but also because our budget always grows year over year, as our enrollment does as well. Our expenses have to grow, and so that resulted in a number of days cash on hand actually decreasing. However, we're able to maintain this indicator, and this is one of the things that we discuss as a senior leadership team behind the scenes on any decision that's made is, can we still meet this indicator? And then both indicator 6 and 7, we are going to actively monitor for the 25-26, so the current school year that we're in, that will be assigned in 2 years from now. And this is where I'd like to take a little detour from the first rating, just for a moment. When budgets and financial performance are evaluated, fund balance amounts and activities are also scrutinized. It is critical to look beyond the fund balance to understand and manage cash flow needs for the district. So our district's fund balance and cash flow are reported on our audit report to reflect two different metrics for a specified period of time. Cash flow represents the ability of our organization to pay our obligations on time, and fund balance is a sign of our overall financial stability and health. A relatable comparison that I came up with is managing your current bank balance with paying your bills on time versus evaluating your overall net worth. Cash is your short-term view, while fund balance is your long-term perspective. While the two are distinctly different, it's important to understand the impact of spending cash on the composition of fund balance. So the takeaways of this part of why I wanted to explain this is the amount in our fund balance does not mean that's the same amount of cash we have on hand. The difference in revenues and expenditures at the end of the year have a direct result in what our fund balance will be. They will either add to our fund balance or take away. And fund balance is made up of several different classifications, and that's important because not everything is immediately available to turn into cash if it's fund balance. And then there's some examples there to help. So returning, indicator 8 looks at those current assets that make up fund balance compared to current liabilities to determine if short-term debt is something we can sustain long-term. As you will notice, off to the very right-hand side of that screen, there's a green 10 with a circle. I indicated this because this is an increase in points from previous year. We actually gained 4 points this year because our ratio increased from 2.5 to 5.25 due to the cash increase of sale of bonds. And we are still projecting to maintain the full 10 points for next year's rating year that we just ended. Indicator 9 is if revenues equal or exceed expenditures. Again, this indicator is one that we have passed. But however, as you know, this current school year, we have adopted a deficit budget, and this will only be a concern if we could not maintain at least 60 days cash on hand. Our goal is 90 days cash on hand, so we will be able to maintain this as we make decisions. Indicator 10 looks at if there's been a 10% or less variance in budgeted revenues versus actual revenues for the last 3 years. This indicator has been paused since 2020, 2021. This indicator is still paused for this year, but I put it on here because this rating is going to be reinstated for next rating year off of the year that we just closed on. And this indicator measures our accuracy in being able to predict enrollment, attendance, property values, and tax collection trends. Indicator 11 divides the amount of outstanding bonds, our tax maintenance note that we just issued, the cybersecurity loan, and subscription leases by our current total assets. This is important because as bond proceeds are spent, it will reduce our cash on hand, and this indicator will be difficult to maintain. We maintained an 8, which is what we had last rating year, and I do project that we will still maintain an 8 for the next year. It's the following year that we'll have to monitor. Indicator 12 measures the ratio of our assessed property values to support our future debt. This indicator, as you well know, has always been a challenge for Temple ISD due to our participation in the tax increment reinvestment zone because we do not get to count those property values in this calculation. So both of these indicators are a challenge for many districts, not just Temple ISD. It's difficult because to prepare and plan ahead for student enrollment growth, districts must incur the debt to improve and build new facilities. So we're not alone in this rating. Indicator 13 refers to the percentage of district's total budget that is spent on administrative functions like managing the district, salary for administrators, legal services, and other overhead costs, that essentially measuring how much the school's money is used on direct instruction to run the district. I would like to mention that if you look, we are at 0.094, and the year that we just completed, we were able to lower that administrative cost ratio to 0.89%, driving even more money into the classroom. Indicator number 14 looks at our full-time teaching equivalents compared to our total enrollment and makes sure that there's not a less than 15% decline, and we have been maintaining that as well. That brings us to the next set of indicators, which is our financial competency. This measures our ability to effectively manage resource and allocations, as well as ensure our accountability and transparency. Indicator number 15 compares actual student daily attendance to what we have to present to TEA 2 years prior, called our biennial student projections, and that we must have less than a 10% variance. This indicator was also paused since the 2021 rating year, but it will be reinstated for the following rating year on the year that we just completed. And we did only have a 1.8% variance, so we were well within the range to receive all 10 points when it's reinstated. Indicator 16 compares the data submission to TEA and with our audit report to make sure that we have a 3% or less variance, and we had 0 variances reported. And so we also did well on that indicator. And then indicator number 17 just says that they would like our audit report to be free of any material weaknesses, and of course, we had no material non-compliance there. Indicator number 18 requires that our audit report be free of any non-compliance disclosures. Indicator 19 verifies compliance of all required financial website postings is accessible by taxpayers. Indicator 20 requires discussion with the school board concerning changes and impacts to local, state, and federal funding before we adopt the budget, which we hold all of those meetings in May and June. Indicator number 21 verifies that TEA did not give us an adjusted repayment schedule for state aid. And the only time this would happen is if we were very far off on our pupil projections that we do two years out, and that revenue projections are accurate and cash flow is manageable. And so this is an indicator that if you were to answer yes, that we had an adjusted state aid, we would also be assigned an F accountability rating. And then just to show where indicators 17 through 20 come from, here is a copy of the audit report, Exhibit L1 again, that show that the audit report for the year that we just ended, we have passed all of those ratings as well for next year. So here comes the part that you guys are really interested in. Here's how we fared out. Last year's rating was a 92 for the school year 21-22. Current year's rating for 2 school years ago, we raised it to a 96, and then we're projecting off of the audit report to maintain that 96 for next year's rating. Any questions?
That is great news.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you and your staff. That's a lot of work to get this done.
It takes all of senior leadership.
Yeah.
And you
It's a
guys as
team.
well.
It's a team effort, but you're leading it, and
Thank you.
definitely thank you so much. Members, are there any questions? If not, this does require approval.
I move to approve the TISD's rating under the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas.
Motion made by Ms. Gowan,
I second the motion.
seconded by Mrs. Davis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. The ayes have it. Thank you. Item E is student services. No items tonight. Item F is board committee reports. The policy committee meeting minutes on November 30th, 2024. The meeting was canceled. The next committee meeting will be Wednesday, January 29th, 2025 at 4 p.m. And the facilities committee meeting minutes on November 21st, 2024. The meeting was moved to November 21st, 2024 board retreat. And the next committee meeting will be Thursday, January 30th, 2025 at 4 p.m. There have been no further items tonight. The meeting is adjourned. Thanks for everybody attended, and thanks, this is the last meeting of the year. See everybody in January. Thank you. And Merry Christmas.